Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 9th through the 15th. Let's take a look at how you can best use the energy this week. So your overall message here is paint the sun back into your sky, and the escapists come home to yourself. And so there's a need to kind of take a break this week, if at all possible. And really, it is the pause. It is the quiet before the storm kind of energy this week, where we have Mars stationing direct on Thursday, and then next week we have Mercury stationing direct, and then we get a full moon. And that full moon is really going to launch everybody. And so you have about 10 days to kind of do any resting, recovering, organizing, editing, looking things over, getting yourself ready. And so this coming home to yourself is about giving yourself a little bit of a peace and quiet, and allowing yourself to just relax. Like, there's a need to relax. And even though the energy is kind of pushing you and making you feel like you should be doing things, it's not really supporting that. And so it's kind of like this antsy feeling that we get at this time of year, where it's a new year and you want to spring into action. But really, the first 3 to 4 weeks of this year isn't really about springing into action. It is about getting ready and preparing ourselves the best way we can. So here we go. We have the overall energy here. You have this rider, right? But she's on a merry-go-round horse. Now that horse has been set free and it's going over the rainbow. And so this is about allowing your dreams and your fantasies to kind of take flight. You're setting yourself up for a visit from Saturn in your sign. It's about 2.5 years long. And so Saturn in your sign is going to be about how do you take those dreams that are over the rainbow and create a structure around them in order to manifest them. And so this week is a great opportunity for you to sit and pause and think, because you have about a month and a half before that happens, to sit and pause and think about, what is that dream? What is that thing coming home to yourself? The escapist, right? Escapism is a Pisces word. And so coming home to yourself and escaping, right? Escaping from the difficulties, going over the rainbow. You don't get a rainbow unless there's been a storm. And so this is about setting your imagination free to visualize what will it look like when the sun is back in the sky of your life. And so this is a year where the effort you put in is how you get the results. Nothing is going to be a gift, especially not when Saturn's in your sign. Nothing is a gift. Saturn says, are you doing the work? Are you? And so do the work, but first know what it is that you want. And so this week is a great chance for you to sit and think about what it is that you really want to manifest and create. So the key of the situation here is we have this labyrinth. And that's interesting. Okay, wow, this is so interesting. All right, so you have the labyrinth. The labyrinth means working your way through something, and you run into the stops and everything, right? My favorite way to work a labyrinth, you know how they sometimes come in the newspaper? Is I always start at the end, and I work my way back, and I never, ever get lost. And I think that's what Spirit is asking you to do. What is the goal? Because if you know what the goal is, then you will automatically intuitively make the right decisions, the choices. It's about being really focused. And so this year is a year of focused intention, and actions that are aligned with that. And the difficulty has been in the strategizing, right? But the problem with that is that unless you are really clear on where you're going, strategy doesn't do any good. And so your intuition is going to be really what leads you through this. So here you've been seeking the compass, right? Seeking, where am I going? Where am I headed? What is the direction I want to go in? And here's something that's really interesting, Pisces. If you do the work this year with Saturn in your sign, and actually next year, after that, the North Node, the compass, moves into your sign. And so you'll really be pointing in the right direction. And so it's not overnight success. It's not overnight success, but it's success that is worth the work. And Saturn wants you to work. He doesn't, if you're lazy, you get nothing. That's really how Saturn works. So in the area of what the challenge is you have the card of the masks. And the mask says basically, Is my outer world aligned with my inner world, right? This escapism back to yourself. Are you busy being out there pretending to be what other people want you to be instead of being who you are? And so the more authentic you are to yourself, the more likely you are going to, here we have the birds of a feather, the more likely you're going to draw and attract to you a community of people who resonate with you. And so when we're busy trying to pretend to be someone we're not, it is really hard for us to ever feel at home, to feel comfortable in our own skin. And you've probably been doing a lot of learning and growing, as has everybody. And so a time to figure out who you really are and what is of value to you and what do you want to create and manifest is a really good way to use the energy of this year. But this week in particular, they're drawing attention to it. In the area of resources, financial resources, you have the bear. I honestly couldn't really get a better one here. First off, Spirit has your back. And two, the bear is about safety and security in the job and mobility and financial rewards, especially because he is moving up there, right? He is in touch with his emotions, so he's swimming through the waters, which is really interesting. So your emotional connection is your strong suit, right? And so I feel, every time I say that I laugh because I got so much Cancer in me, and that's one of the code words is I feel. But I do feel that as you trust yourself intuitively to make choices and decisions, the need for strategy is less of an issue. Making our way through a labyrinth very intuitively, making adjustments, changing directions, being willing to shift as necessary is the way to go. The way you're going to transform the situation, we have the ring. Okay? The ring says commit. Commit to the goal, not to the plan, right? Take intuitively guided steps. You don't need to know everything you're going to do, but commit to achieving that goal. What is that thing that you want? What is that dream? What is that castle that you want to obtain for yourself? Commit to doing what it takes to get there. Because Saturn says, if you will do the work, I will reward you. He's the Lord of Karma. You put in the work, you get the reward. You're lazy, you get nothing. That's really how it works. In the heart space, you have the card of time. You have all the time you need. You will have all the time you need. Right now, this is about giving time to yourself and spending time in your heart space identifying what it is. And so the energy to anchor yourself down into is the magnifying glass, which is to look at the details of what it is you want. And so taking this time to creatively put on paper, color, draw, make a vision board, write, journal, whatever it takes to physically create something that is your vision of the future that allows you to really have a focal point is going to be very beneficial to you. So take some downtime and be creative with it this week. You will find that that truly benefits you. I want to get a little bit more guidance for like how to work our way through the week using the energy of the moon. And we have the moon in Virgo on Tuesday and Wednesday and most of Thursday actually. And you have here the King of Pentacles. This one wants to come too. The King of Pentacles and the Lovers. So this is about choosing to have the mindset of manifestation. The King of Pentacles knows he can manifest. So choosing to do that. So choices that are made from the heart, and be assertive when it comes to what you want. But this is about being assertive with yourself and making this contract with yourself. That this is what I want. This is the goal. If you can define for yourself what the goal is this week, you have done the work of the week that needs to be done. That is the work of the week. So when that moon gets into Libra, and it's there Friday and Saturday, depending where you are, it could be there a little bit on Wednesday too, but we get a lunar air trine out of it. That means the moon is going to trine, the moon in Libra is going to trine Mars, which is now moving direct. It starts moving on the 13th, and Venus is in Aries, in Aquarius, and this energy here, wow, This energy is really good for using your thought process. Really focusing on this. This is good for networking. You have the octopus. This is networking. This is also multitasking, but we have this black egg. And that's why I was like, oh, wow, this feels, I'm going to actually look it up, because what it feels like to me, it feels like unlimited potential. Like, what do you really want to create and manifest? But I want to see what Kim Krans put it in here as. It feels like so, like there are no limits to what you can manifest. So it says here, speaking from an authentic voice and the truth. Contains one of life's essential treasures. The truth inside of it resides, and no confusion, excuses, small talks, or noise, or lies, not even white ones. Bringing us back to these masks. The mask says, are you being authentic to who you are? Are you being authentic to who you are? What is true about your world? So while you're busy here multitasking, because this air energy seems like it is a get her done on projects kind of day, especially any online stuff that you have to do, or communication. Great for conversations with your friends, and networking is a really good energy for that. But it's important that you remember who you are. Who you are and what is of value to you. And this is a week where, remember, you're coming home to yourself and really getting down into the details of what it is that you want for yourself and what is important for you, what is really important for you. The moon's going to get into Scorpio on Sunday. Yep. Whoever you are, whatever you want, don't worry about what other people say. The birds here. This sometimes is other people's opinions having way too much value. And so this week, maybe cutting out what other people are saying and really listening to yourself and knowing who you are, because you have the Lady of the Mirror, the reflection of non-judgment. So don't be judging other people, which, Pisces, I don't really think you do that anyway. But you do tend to judge yourself, and harshly. And so anytime you say to yourself that you can or you can't do something, you're right. So this is about believing that you are capable of manifesting whatever you want, not judging what you want as being good or bad, just judging it as something that really resonates in the heart space. And you have time to get there. And the other thing you have here is the Obsessions card. So avoid situations that feel codependent. And this seems to be a thing, Pisces, you know. You don't have to be everybody's doormat in order for them to like you, right? You have to love yourself enough to nurture yourself and take care of yourself and do what is good for you, right? And so that is one way to look at this. The other way to look at this card that I'm getting, which is really interesting, is being obsessed in a healthy way with what it is you want to manifest, like really focusing on that. Be obsessed with giving yourself this time. Be obsessed with taking care of yourself. So obsession just means you're really putting all your energy and effort into something. This isn't about doing for everybody else this week. This week, the best way to use this energy is by doing stuff for yourself. Really focusing on what you put out into the world will be reflected back to you. So the energy and the effort you put into things will come back to you. But it's not about whether or not other people like you. It's about whether or not you like you. So everything you do this week, focus on identifying what it is that you want to do and be, that you would really love to do and be. You have time, okay? The Lord of Karma is going to be in your sign for a while. You have time to figure this out, and you're not going to get it right the first time. He's a taskmaster, and it's repetition, and it's through practice. You're going to have about 2 years to really practice this energy. And so Think of it as though you're signing up for a master class on how to be the best version of yourself by being truly authentic and empowered. And knowing that in doing that, you will find that community that actually resonates with you, the one where you don't have to pretend to be someone you're not in order to fit in. That by being who you are, you will naturally draw and attract to you people who like that about you. And that's what's really important, right? Okay, you guys take really good care of yourselves. Thanks for supporting this channel and hitting the thumbs up and leaving me your comments. It really does mean so much. I look forward to working with you more this year to see, how we can all get through this and come out on this side stronger and more focused and attaining our goals and our dreams. All right. I still put out a few videos. I put videos out on Facebook every day. I'm losing my mind. So be on the lookout for that. And I have a special success video that came out this week. For you Pisces, it'll come out on the 12th. So be on the lookout for that. You guys take care. Talk to you soon.